For this episode of the Bare Knuckles Edge, I took Mark Anderson and his son Wesley, and they wanted to go hiking somewhere. They're from Florida. And we decided to walk back through the campground at Abrams Creek about a mile and hit Little Bottoms Trail instead of the original Rabbit Creek Trail. We were going to try to make it all the way around here to Abrams Falls, but it thunderstormed 2 or 3 times, and we had to just put the cameras away and set up a little tarp for a little bit and then get back on the trail. We're probably 3/4 of a mile from the falls, and it was just getting too late, so we had to turn around and hike back all the way back to campsite 17. It got dark around that night around 8:35, so we had about 15 minutes to set up a little quick camp and then hike back out the next morning. And we were all like really exhausted, but we had a great trip. Everybody was safe and nobody had any accidents. So anytime you come off of a mission like that and nobody's got hurt and you had a good time, and it's all good. So I hope you enjoy this episode of the Bare Knuckles Edge. I'm guiding some friends of mine, Mark Anderson and his son, up to Abrams Falls. About a 10-mile hike, round trip, and you can see we're going up the side of a mountain right now, and got all our permits and everything in order, and we're gonna do a little backcountry camping tonight at a campsite. So y'all stay tuned for this episode of the Bare Knuckles Edge. We've already about 2 miles into our hike, and took a couple pictures of the trail markers as we started, and we're just glad to be over that first big hill and starting down the other side. And we're gonna go visit Abrams Falls, and be the first time for these guys. I'm excited for them, and it's been about 15 years since I've been on this trail, so I'm excited for me too. Y'all stick around for more. So Mark and Wesley started out without a walking stick, and soon found out it was much easier to walk with a walking stick. We're taking a little break. We've been steadily walking up this mountain for about 3/4 of a mile, and we're hoping that it levels out or gets a little bit easier over back toward Abrams Falls. That's where we're headed. It's about a 5-mile trip. We're probably about a mile, almost 2 miles into it, so we're gonna rest for a second and get back on the trail. About 2 hours into the trip, we've drunk plenty of water because it's probably about 80 degrees today, right at it, and real muggy up here in the mountains. So Wesley's filtering some water through his water purification squeeze bottle, and he's priming it right now, and then the next run will be ready to drink. Well, we had a little bit of a setback in getting to the falls. We had to dodge a couple of thunderstorms and get in and out of them, so we lost a lot of time, and there's not gonna be enough time before dark to get there, so we're trying to trek back to a campsite right now. We missed getting to go to Abrams Falls from some thunderstorms. It got real dark. We're trying to just make it back to a little backcountry campsite before dark and get set up so we can get back home in time. We're kind of on a time restraint on this trip, so we just didn't have the time to do what we had to do, what we needed to do. We got a late start today, so we're headed back to find the campsite. Well, we backtracked and found us a place. We had about 10 minutes before dark to set up camp, so we done what we could. It's hard to really see. I've just got a hammock camping with the homemade rainfly. Kind of got some directions off of YouTube, as a matter of fact. Anyways, we've cooked some deer meat and some soup. We've got our bellies full and staying dry all the rain. We're collecting some water over here in a canteen to the side and filtering it through some water filters. And can't really see nothing, but we're staying dry for the moment and having a good time. We're gonna hike out in the morning. See you then.